Yo, what's good, people? So let's get straight to it. We're doing another loot video now. As you have probably seen from my last video that I just uploaded as well, I've been doing Kurasks, and yeah, we're going to be doing 1,000 of these as well. In the future, I might camp here as well because I like places where you can AFK and just camp and make money, and at the same time it's literally a place where you don't even have to leave. Like if I had a herb sack here, I could have just stayed. I wouldn't need to bank. I got bones to peaches tabs, and all I really got to do is pick out the bones that they drop, and I'll just be literally using that as my food, and I would never die. You can't use guffins here like other places because of the fact that you have to damage Kurasks with leaf bladed weaponry or broad bolts. So that is a downside to this. One thing that you always want to remember when you come to Kuras is to bring your Alk runes. So what a good timing. They dropped the shield. A lot of people leave the mithril shield on the floor, but you can still Alk that as well. It's an extra 1k and it takes about 2 seconds of your time. In terms of this, these drop quite a few different things that you can Alk. They drop adamant plate bodies, they drop rune long swords. They dropped the mithril kite shield as well. So yeah, you just want to make sure that you bring those alks. You can even alk the leaf bladed sword that they drop, because the alk value I think is more than the GE value for the leaf bladed sword. For the leaf bladed battle axe, if you want to sell that in the GE, you can do. It's about 1k more than the alk value, but in my opinion, it's not really worth that. You can just alk it to save inventory space. Also, it drops the mystic light top, that as well. It's basically the GE price is worth the ALK price, so you can ALK that as well. Alright, so we've got a full inventory pretty much. I'm basically out of prayer, and I'm also quite low HP now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and leave this area, and we'll just show you what my inventory looks like at the beginning of the trip. Actually, let me just go ahead and price check my inventory right now. So this is one inventory from these, and let's just see how much you can make in what a single inventory. So this is without actually leaving the place. I only went there with like minimal supplies as well, so it's not like you're wasting a lot of money on any kind of supplies. But yeah, 713k in a single inventory. It's actually more than this because of the nature runes that they drop. They drop quite a few nature runes, but to be fair, nature runes have gone down in value, and plus I use them as alks, so I don't know how many I've picked up. I'm not even going to bother trying to remember. Okay, so this is what you'd want your inventory to look like. So what I do is I take two super combat pots. You can take one 4 days and one 3 days. To be fair, it's not too important. I've never actually used both pots in a single trip. I usually run out of space before that happens. I fill up the rest of my inventory with the alk runes, so fire runes and nature runes. If you have a rune pouch, then that will actually save you one space. Makes a difference. I bring some bones to peaches tabs as well. This is because if I was to bring my DFS, I would take a lot less damage, but with the defender I can go ahead and be more accurate and also output a bit more DPS, so that works out better for me. Plus having more defense isn't really a priority here because it's not like they can kill me. I bring the rest of my house tabs as well. This is because I usually, the way I get there, I'll show you in a moment, is through the house portal. My construction is low, so I don't have a house myself, but I use somebody else's. I bring a Drayman staff because I need to get there through the fairy rings. If you have a Slayer ring, then obviously that's a lot more convenient. But I don't have 75 crafting yet, so I don't have access to Slayer rings. So let's go ahead and show you how I get there. So I go ahead and go to the last person's house that I visited. Go ahead and drink this pool. Put on my Drayman staff, and then you want to use the fairy ring code AJR. If you use that, that takes you out to the Fremnik Slayer dungeon. And the Fremnick's Lair dungeon, you just literally jump in here, and then you want to go all the way to the end. So Kurasks are actually the final monster that you can find in here. You can use these shortcuts if you have a high agility level, but once again, this account is pretty new, so it doesn't have a high agility level, 54 agility at the moment. So yeah, you just run through this entire dungeon to the end, and then that's where you'll find the Kurasks. And here we are, we're at the end of the dungeon. So there's two little areas where you can actually kill them. So this is the small area down here, but there's a bigger area, so you can go ahead and use these steps and go into the bigger area up there. But that area at the top is only for Slayer tasks. If you want to camp these off Slayer task, then you would want to come down to this area. In this area, they'll go ahead and okay, thank you. So I wasn't even wearing my axe. I'm like, why am I not hitting him? But anyway, so just take a sip of the dose, sip of the dose, sip of the dose, sip of the dose. Joke. So yeah, as I was saying, if you come down to this area, the monsters are actually aggressive. So these Kurasks are aggressive for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, what you can do is you can just run out of the room, get them off this, get the mini map off the screen, and then run back in, and they'll be aggressive again. Or you can even just go up the stairs, go into that room, run back down, and they'll be aggressive again as well if you just want to AFK. But other than that, yeah, with Kurasks, there's not much mechanics or anything like that. You can just come here, kill them, camp them, use burnt peaches, and you'll be here forever. I literally just got 4 adamant plate bodies in the last 5 drops. That's so weird. And here's another leaf bladed sword. So I'm going to show you guys at the end how many I've actually gotten in total. I did record a few clips of me getting some leaf bladed swords and some leaf bladed battle axes as well, but don't have it in this video. I did post that in my other video. If you want to go check that out as well, I'll leave a link in the description. And I just got another leaf bladed battle axe. I can't wait to show you guys how many I've got in this video. And here we just got a mystic robe light drop as well. So the requirements for Kurasks is basically Slayer level of 70. To be able to damage them, you need to have a leaf bladed weapon, so the leaf bladed sword or a leaf bladed axe. Or if you're using range, it will be the broad bolts or broad arrows or amethyst broad bolts. Or you can also use magic, which you would need to use the magic dart. All of these things are obtainable through a Slayer Master, apart from the leaf bladed weapons themselves, which you get from drops from either a Turoth or a Kurask. So in terms of this, there isn't a lot of variety in choosing what you want to kill them with, but they're very easy to kill. And if you're on a task, you can actually hit pretty accurately and very high on them. The max hit that they have is 11. They have a few different unique drops. One of the unique drops would be the Mystic Robe Top Light, which is 1 out of 512. Then there's the Leaf Bladed Sword, which is 1 out of 384. And then you have the Leaf Bladed Battle Axe, which is 1 out of 1026. So the battle axe is the highest drop rate for these weapons. Leaf bladed sword, not so much, it's 384. So you, in about 1000 kills, you can expect to get maybe 2, maybe 3. It just depends on how lucky you get. The robe tops, you get about 1 or 2, depending on how lucky you get again. The battle axe, if you're lucky, you get 1. If you're not lucky, then you don't get any. But they do have pretty good normal loot as well. So they have these alchables: mithril kite shield, rune longsword, adamant plate body, rune axe. So do not forget to bring your alch runes. I cannot stress that enough. A lot of people forget. I forgot myself a couple times. But yeah, they drop so many nature runes that you won't actually use any of your own nature runes. So even if you bring fire runes, you can definitely just get natures from them. They drop a ton of herbs, so if you have a herb sack, do bring that. It will save you a lot of time, not having to basically have to keep banking. They drop quite a lot of seeds as well. The common ones being the toad flax that you get, Avanto seeds, irit seeds. The ones that are actually worth anything would be Avanto and toad flax that you might want to stack. But once again, it's not too common that you would need to stack a load of them. You also get snapdragon seeds, which are almost 1 in 200. You got toadstool seeds and snape grass seeds, which aren't very common either. Other than that, you get a lot of coin drops, 10k being the notable one that you would want to get. You do get papayas and coconuts, which are also some good drops worth 10k and 19k respectively. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much everything. You get brimstone keys 1 in 79 if you're on a task. You do get hard clue scrolls, but I won't be including hard clue scrolls in this loot video since I have one in my bank that I haven't actually done yet. Okay, so this is the last kill that I need, so 999, and there we go, 1000 kills. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do a price check of this inventory before I go ahead and show you guys all of the loot as well. So let's just see. So 427k just in coins. That's from alcohols and the coin drops themselves. Free snapdragon seeds, so I did get quite a few in that trip. I got lucky on those. So yeah, let's just go ahead and check all of this. So without the nature runes again, 766k. So each inventory over there, you can expect to get about 700 plus k, and inventory can take you about an hour or so, maybe a little bit less. So it's definitely more than 700k an hour. It's really good money over there, especially for low level players, especially if you have 70 Slayer, which isn't a very high requirement. You only need about 800k XP to get level 70, which isn't bad at all. These are actually probably better than gargoyles, which was the last video I made, and gargoyles actually need 75 Slayer, so if anything, this is a lot better for you. Okay, so this is actually the entire loot from 1000 Kurask kills. So I got one brimstone key because I did do some of these on task as well. I think I'd done about 300 or so on task. But other than that, these are the herbs that you would get: 119 Guam, 77 Marantal, 56 Taramin, 48 Highlander, 28 Ranars, 28 Irits, 20 Avantos, 19 Qualms, 21 Cadentines, and 8 Dwarf Weeds. So you get quite a lot of herbs from here. If you have a herb sack, do bring that along. You get white berries, almost 500 white berries. That's quite insane. 780 big bones. They drop about 20 big bones noted each time, so that's pretty interesting to see as well. 2590 nature runes. If you're a Iron Man, this is a perfect way to get nature runes if you don't have the rune crafting level. 650k in just coins. Once again, for Iron Men, this is pretty good. 29 Addy plate bodies, that's another source of GP. 22 mithril kites, which is just a nice thing to see here. It doesn't really mean a lot. 30k in high alks. 29 rune longswords, that's more than 500,000 as well. 24 rune axes, that's 184k. I got 1 chaos talisman, 3 rubies, 5 emeralds, 8 sapphires, 5,600 flax. We got 8 lanterdimes as well. We did manage to get 2 mystic robe top lights, which is quite interesting to see. Then there's a bunch of seeds, all of these: limpwort, poison ivy, cactus, belladonna, toad flax seeds, added up to about 13k. I didn't pick up all of these, to be fair. Irit seeds, Avanto seeds, qualm seeds, snapdragon seeds. We managed to get 8. These have a drop rating of 1 in 195, so I got quite lucky on these. I got over the amount I should have. 1 cadentine, 2 lanterdime, 2 dwarf weed seeds, 340 papaya fruits, that's 345k as well. 360 coconuts, that's almost 700k, which is insane. The main thing that we needed to talk about is the 3 leaf bladed swords, which I guess isn't too bad. You get 1 in 384 or 85, so I've just gotten just a little bit over the drop rate, so I sorry, just a bit under the drop rate, so I've gotten lucky on these. 3 leaf bladed battle axes. These are 1 in 1024 or 1026. So I got extremely lucky in this because I have less than the drop rate of kills and I've gotten 3 of them. So I'm 3 times the drop rate right now on that. 14 potato cactus seeds, once again nothing special, and 3 snake grass seeds. So yeah, all in all, 4.5 mil, which is quite insane. I'm going to go ahead and get the actual loot that I picked up out and I'll show you what I made. Okay, so after selling everything and alking everything that I had from Kurasks, the total cash stack is 4,327k. So that's about 4.3k per kill. The loot tracker shows 4.5 mil, or probably a little bit over that. But I didn't pick up everything. I didn't pick up some of these herbs, some of these seeds, these gems, flax I didn't pick up. So yeah, if you pick up everything, you might make a little bit more than me, but then you'll have to bank a lot more as well. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like, leave a comment what you would like me to do next, and please do subscribe and stay tuned. Thank you.